I'm Madeline.
And I'm Deja.
And welcome back to the Elegance Exchange.
Today we're going to be talking about the elegance of beneficial gifts.
Yeah, so I think this is something that's so fun during the holidays. Because,
right?
Honestly, most people tend to think about, the fun gifts, which are great. And don't get me wrong, if you want that video game or if you want
those new pair of shoes,
yeah, well, those are beneficial, I would argue.
Yeah.
If you want the more fun things, then that's totally okay. But we're gonna tell you about some things that are super beneficial and are gonna help you in the long run, and then you don't have to spend your own money on it.
Mhm.
Because I think people honestly don't want to spend money on things they need. They'd rather spend money on things they want. At least I know that's how it goes for me.
Can we restart? No, because I don't know why I said and shoes.
Yeah.
I literally said that and I was like, wait, that's literally one of our points.
Oh yeah, it is.
It was literally one of our points.
Yeah. It's okay. Alright, got it. Alright.
Sorry, Sony.
Alright, you ready?
Fuck it. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey babes.
I'm Madeline.
And I'm Deja.
And welcome back to the Elegance Exchange.
Today we're going to be talking about the elegance of beneficial gifts.
Alright, so it is the season of gifting, and I think a lot of people honestly want to spend their money on fun things, which I don't blame you. Okay?
Right?
I don't think any of us blame
I think
you.
most of our Christmas lists are always the ones with the super fun things that you put and you highlight and you're like, I really, really, really want this for Christmas.
Maybe some candy, or I don't know, what do you put on your Christmas list?
A new Lego set.
A new Lego, okay. So, we're going to kind of talk about how you can get or ask for Christmas gifts that are going to be not only beneficial to you, but beneficial maybe to even some other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're improving yourself.
And I think Christmas presents should be fun, and then they should also be stuff that you can use in the future, because if anything, Christmas is a very good time to ask for stuff, especially the more expensive things that you really do need.
Right, so that brings us kind of to our first point. So it should be a mix of wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
So what I kind of take from that is, you need to ask for things that, yes, you need, but maybe it's something you want as well. So, maybe you need a new comforter, but you really want a new comforter because you want a new color or you want a new style. And I know that seems so silly, but truly, it makes sense when you think about it, because then you want it and you need it.
Right. I think one of my Christmas lists, one of the things on my Christmas list that I'm asking for is a new bag, because I need a school bag, and I also want one just because it's convenient. The one I have is a little too small for all my stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's, something that I actually do need.
Honestly, maybe a new journal, or some manifesting books, or some self-help books, just different things that are going to help you in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, everybody needs it.
Right.
And I guess most people don't want random self-help books for Christmas, but...
Only if you're into that stuff. If you're into those things, definitely put it on your list, but, if you don't usually read those, then...
Yeah. And also, I'm so sorry if we seem kind of out of it. We both just had, huge finals.
We're done with finals,
we're a little
guys.
Brain dead right now.
We're done with finals.
Yeah, but we're a little and whenever this comes out, we'll be long done with finals. But when we're filming this, so forgive us if we seem so spacey. Plus, this is kind of a hard topic to talk about.
Yeah. And I feel
it's so unique.
Exactly. I feel there's so much more you could say about that. But overall though, it should be stuff that benefit you. And another thing that I'm asking for this year is a pair of shoes. Just a pair of tennis shoes would do.
Right.
Because I don't have a pair of tennis shoes. I'm always wishing, I wish I had a pair of tennis shoes so that I can go to the gym and be comfortable. But then, it's I don't want to spend the money on that right now, or I don't have the money to spend it on them. So it's a good time to ask your family, hey, I could use some tennis shoes.
Another thing is socks. I know that seems so stupid.
My dad asks for socks. I kid you
No,
not.
I do too. I kid you not. Because socks are the one thing that people constantly lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please tell me I'm not the only one. I lose them so easily.
Mm-hmm.
And so socks, because when you think about it, do you really want to spend your money on socks? And socks are expensive now.
Yeah,
they're
they
like $15 for like 6 pairs.
I know, like
it's
a pack of
insane.
8.
I'm like, hello. So you don't really want to spend your money on socks, or you don't want to spend your money on a new comforter. You want to spend your money on fun things,
Like stuff that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah. So honestly, just ask for it from your family, because then you're not spending any money out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're probably going to be like, oh, wow, they're so responsible. Like, they just want the adult things, you know, they just want the things that they really need in life.
Mm-hmm.
And then they might get you more, because they're like, wow, she really needs that.
And then you're gonna look at it. You're gonna get it on Christmas, and you're gonna be like, oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much for my socks. Thank you so much for my tennis shoes.
A little relief, you know?
Right?
So I was actually browsing. That's why I'm looking over here, guys. I have a computer set up. But I was actually browsing on Amazon at like their wish list, and a lot of the things are like, you know, like you said, a backpack, or maybe some slippers, some self-help books, heating pads. I don't blame
nice.
them. Yeah. Or I need to write things down, journals, travel bags, you know, just random things that like you wouldn't really think about, but like you kind of need them.
Right?
Makeup too, if you wear makeup. If you don't wear makeup, then, or hair products.
Mm-hmm. And it may seem like a little thing to you, but like in the long run, like you're gonna use it, you're gonna need it, so it doesn't end up being a waste.
Right.
'Cause you're always gonna use it in the future.
I know some people definitely have like unique taste. Okay, so for my birthday, my mom got me an espresso because I love coffee. I wouldn't say I'm addicted to it. Like, I don't drink it every day, but you know, I love like coffee and playing around with it. And so she bought me an espresso because it's something that can benefit me, because sometimes you just need that extra little caffeine boost.
Right.
And it's something that I wanted. You know, so it collides both of those worlds together. And it's honestly really beneficial. I still use it.
You probably save money from that too.
Yeah,
my sister's the same way.
Those pods are kind of expensive, but yeah.
But in the long run, you probably save more.
So yeah, but then I think the hardest part of the holidays is trying to think of gifts for not only yourself but for other people. Because some people want, you know, fun gifts, and then some people want, you know, the quote-unquote boring or useful, practical gifts.
Right.
So then you as the buyer, you're like, oh, wow, I'm just buying them socks. Like, that's so sad. But then that's what they want. So it's kind of, you just have to know.
You do. And then, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, asking them, like, hey, like, what are some things you want for Christmas? And, like, keeping an eye out for what they like and what they don't like. Like, I'm not going to get Madeline a pair of, like, I'm not going to get her, like, a football or something, or, like, a hat, like, because Madeline doesn't do that type of stuff.
I don't think I've ever worn a baseball cap.
Exactly.
Except for, like, doing sports or something.
But then it's also, like, it's always good to hear, especially, like, closer to the holiday season, like, hear what they complain about, like, oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had headphones, and then you're like, oh,
take notes. Literally take notes of the little things, honestly.
Right.
That is so important. Just keep a little list in your phone of all of your friends, your family, or whatnot, who you're constantly around. And anytime they say, oh, I wish I had this, like, and do this all year round. Be like, oh, I wish I had this, put it down in your notes. Oh, I wish I had that, put it down in your notes for Christmas. Because the best gifts are the ones that you forgot that you asked for.
And they surprise you with it.
Honestly,
and you're like, how did you know I needed this stuff?
Exactly.
Like, oh, I had no idea.
It's so thoughtful, you know. But speaking of, you know, you want those meaningful gifts to not only, you know, yourself, but your loved ones. So I'm going to tell a little story, and people are going to be like, that's weird. But basically, one year for Christmas, okay, my family was going through, not like a rough time, but we were going through a rough time. And my dad didn't want to spend money on freaking tennis shoes for himself, okay?
We're in the same boat.
Yeah. I think most people are the same way. So you don't really want to spend especially if you're a caretaker or if you're, you know, a parent or something, you don't want to spend money on yourself. You'd rather put that money in
Towards
to Christmas for your kids or whatever. But so my dad didn't want to spend money on himself. And his tennis shoes that he had before, I think he had for 13 years, and they had holes in them, and they were quite literally falling apart. Like the bottom of the sole was coming off, okay? And so I figured out what size he wore. And I went on Amazon. I think I was like 13 at the time, by the way, too. So, like, even if you're young, you know, you can figure it out. Mm-hmm. And I bought him a pair of shoes with my money on Amazon without my mom knowing, without him knowing. And I got him that for Christmas. And I kid you not, whenever he opened up that, like, present, he almost started crying.
See, exactly.
And I know that seems so silly because it's a pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, for somebody who doesn't want to spend money on themselves and somebody who would rather, you know, put that into their family or things like that, they don't prioritize themselves. And so if you take that initiative and you get them something so meaningful like that, they're going to care about that more than something superficial that they didn't really want in the first place.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's super...
It really is, like, the little things that count. Like, for when it comes to, like, beneficial things, like, it is the little things that count the most. Mm-hmm. Because they can always reflect back on it and use it in the future. Yeah. And I think that's another thing, like beneficial gifts shouldn't have a price tag on it. Like, there shouldn't be a price limit on some, like, you shouldn't have to go out of your way to get a super expensive gift when you can just get them something that they're gonna need and use in the future. Because
honestly, you can get them more of what they need.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, say, like socks, you know, it's cheaper.
Right.
Than, like, a $200 pair of tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. But I don't know. Do we have anything else to add? This is going to be a short episode.
A rather shorter episode today.
Like we said, we are kind of brain dead, so I'm so sorry if this seems a little bit more spacey and like, oh, what are they talking about? Hopefully our next episode that we're filming will be better. Mm-hmm. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. You can leave a comment and follow us on all of our social media.
TikTok, YouTube, it's all the Elegance Exchange, Instagram as well.
Yes. So definitely make sure, you know, you go and follow us because we post some funny reels.
We do.
Yesterday we just posted one of us doing like the JCPenney style Christmas photos. Mm-hmm. So those were super fun.
Those were cute.
Yes.
The results were pretty good. I am pretty happy about those.
Yes. So make sure you go tune in. We love you, babes. Bye.